Hey guys, RC here. Welcome back to Dwarf Fortress and Anviltrumpets, episode 11. When we last left off, in episode 10, we were under attack by a were-ape, and one of our dwarves had been caught outside, and the were-ape had attacked our horse and possibly infected him with lycanthropy, so we've marked him to slaughter. Our donkey is severely wounded, so we've marked him for slaughter. What I had done is I had changed my furnace operator into a military squad of one. And you do that because you can actually control the military and where they move. You cannot do that with civilians. And so I was trying to get him to run away way over here. And that's what we're still hopeful for. So if we go back to squads, he is set up to be on station. Right now it's just a question of can he get away from the were-ape in order to do that? My guess is no. As I mentioned last episode, were creatures are extremely fast. They're able to cover ground extremely rapidly, and a dwarf just can't move that fast. So there's no way he's going to get away. His only hope is if the were-ape focuses on killing one or both of these animals, or he changes with the full moon going away, and we just don't know how long that'll be. I could open my gate and run out with my squad to try to save him, but they are unarmed, no shields, and honestly, there's no way that they would be, the were-ape would kill all of them. So better to lose one and fight another day than to lose everybody. Before we go there, let's see, my military, I have 8 people. So I want to come down to my carpenter shop. And actually, you know what? I have a manager. So let me show you how to work the manager. So we're going to go to J, which is the M. Okay, so let's take a look at this so you can kind of understand. J is your job list. M is your manager, and there are no active work orders. Now this is work orders specifically from your manager. So we're going to hit Q for a new order, and you can start typing in. So I want a wood shield. Okay, and there it is. I hit enter, and I want 8 of those. Okay, so make wooden shields, 8 of them. The manager has to validate them. And remember, at the entrance here, I had my manager's desk and my bookkeeper's desk. So the manager, whoever that is, and that is Erush the farmer, he will eventually come over here. He'll validate the job, which means he takes that work order, he assigns it to somebody, and then it gets put into the queue in the carpenter shops. And one of the carpenters that is assigned the job will then do that work. And we're going to do that so we can at least get some shields into our military people, and they can at least start training with those. In fact, I want to... no, I have not built a bower shop yet, so I cannot build crossbows. That's okay. All right, back up to the heat of the action here. All right. And I'm going to start using just the period to step through this one step at a time. You can see that the dwarf moved away another step, but the were-ape has followed him. And so the fighting continues. So he has scratched him, but he has not bitten him. So I'm not worried about that. But they are fighting. So we'll keep going on there. All right, now they're in the same square here, so they're fighting hand to hand, no longer chasing. All right, so the furnace operator, he's not trained in combat, so of course he's not doing very well. He's being grabbed, then he's being let go. So the were-ape is basically just trying to get a hold of him to where he can then pummel him or bite him. Here come my military people. All right, I'm just going to unpause it. This step just drives me up the wall. All right, now, that's bad. Ooh. All right, so you can see we now have 5 pages. So we can use our up and down arrows. And then we can use our page up, page down to go through each page. All right, so here's where we were when we left off. I think he had charged him. He was trying to get hold of him. He had missed him. All right, there's a bite in the head, so that's going to infect him with lycanthropy. So now I kind of hope he does die. The furnace op, now this is something that dwarves can do. If you've watched Lord of the Rings or any type of movie with dwarfs in it, you know that they can become enraged and they can fight very violently for short periods of time. That's what their becoming enraged is, and they gain bonuses to their attacks and defense. Doesn't always help, and in this case, an unarmed, untrained person fighting a were creature, it's just a matter of time. And we knew that. The second I saw him outside, I knew he was done for. So he's knocked down. The were-ape throws him, scratches him in the head, bites him again, grabs him again, takes him down to the ground, scratches. An artery has been opened, so there's our first indicator that now there's some serious damage. Let's see, keep going. Releases, bites him again in the lower body. Let's see, let's scroll down through here. Bites him, bruising the muscle and bruising the kidney. Another artery opened. Shakes him violently, so he's bitten him. Now he shakes him. So picture the dwarf inside of the were-ape's mouth and just being flung about, kind of like the opening scene in Jaws, if you ever saw that movie. I'm an old guy, so that was back when I was a kid. More arteries. He's just tearing him apart. This is the worst one, a gelding blow. Basically, he castrated our dwarf. Not looking good. An artery in the lower body, after being gelded, has been opened by the attack. I'm glad they don't go into a lot of description there. If we look at our dwarf, if we can find him in here. Let's see. All right. Oh, and he's dead. So he's been killed. There he is. And he is deceased. If we hit U now, we can go to dead and missing, and there's our furnace operator has shown up in that list. And evidently, he looks like he took out an entire colony of badgers on his way into our area, and we can kind of come up here and look. So he came in from this area, which would have been up this hill. And what I'm just looking for, sometimes it's hard to pick things out, but I'm looking for reddish areas, either icons that would be indicative of corpses, or red spots that would be indicative of blood. All right, so now we're up into the sky, so that's the upper level. So yeah, I don't see where those badgers are at. And it may not even have been the were creature. It could have been, well, we have wild crows. They don't typically. And you can see when we look at, my train of thought goes in 20 different directions. So our were-ape is berserk, and that's the enraged status of our dwarf. So let's see. All right, so he has just killed our dwarf, so that's not good. All right, he's still digging out here. Our other miner is still working in here. So life goes on underground. They will be upset later when they find that their companion has been killed by this were creature. I still do have my military troops here. I do see something I need to do real quick. Whenever your migrants come in, sometimes they will bring animals of their own. And so I want to filter out anything that is currently pastured. Okay, so everything that's currently in a pasture will be taken off of the list. And I can find all right, a guinea cock. He's the only bird. Bunnies are grazing creatures. And he has a name, so that means he is somebody's pet, so we cannot slaughter him. The horse and donkey, of course, are set to slaughter. The kittens. All right, because I noticed the guinea cock here. All right, there's a yak calf. Okay, well, that's not good. So let's go into there. I'm just going to butcher all these creatures until... All right, so he's set to slaughter. Again, you cannot slaughter the ones that are adopted by other people. Stray bunny will kill. The piglet we don't have to because they don't graze outside. The bunnies have to have access to the grass. And so anything that's going to be an outside creature at this point, I am not interested in. All right, so here's another boar. We can zoom to him. No, we can't. We'll have to go this way. Oh, they are tame. Where are they at? Oh, that's our pigs. Okay, never mind. Okay, so let's see. Back to, and sometimes you'll do that, even though I'm trying to do the playthroughs, something, I'll see something and it'll make me go, hey, I need to fix that. So we try to take care of that. And in fact, since I have another bird in here, now nest boxes, you notice I do not have the ability to use the P code to put that down in advance. So those have not been built. I am guessing at this point the were-ape either changes back relatively soon or goes after our donkey. And there he is in our donkey. You can see the corpse now. He's moved off the corpse of our dwarf. All right. And they must all be in the same area because I don't see him. Oh, he's already moved. Okay, they moved up a level. All right, so they moved up onto this ridge here. So the donkey was trying to run away. The were-ape's after him. All right, somebody found the furnace operator dead. And there's your warning indicator that something bad has happened. All right, so let's go back up to the top because I can't do anything yet. All right, I think he just killed the donkey. And there's our donkey's missing. They have not found the corpse yet, but he's dead. So when he goes to that area, he's gone. All right, so keeping an eye on our were creature, I'm going to follow him. And you notice here it's Shift F. All right, so he's back down here. Oh, he got inside. How the hell did he do that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've got a wall. Oh, that's one of the glitches. Oh my goodness. Sometimes they can come in at an angle and get through. I have not ever had that happen to me before because these are walls all right there. I mean, that's all walls. So there's no reason he should have been able to get through that. So he had to have come in through the fortification. Oh, this is horrible. Okay, well, I do have my squads here. I got a puppy in that room. All right, I'm going to forbid passage. The door's open. All right, well, right in the middle of all this, our miner was building a magnetite floodgate. Now, what's really neat about artifacts is they cannot be destroyed. So if you get a door or something like that, you could put that door up and at the gates of hell, and they can never be broken down. So, a magnetite floodgate doesn't do us any good to put that somewhere that's going to be covered in water or magma where nobody can ever see it. So we will just leave that. But what we will do is we will go to Artifacts, Shift L. Let's see. Now we have several lost scrolls. I don't know why, but there's our floodgate. We can hit enter, and then we can view the description. V, a magnetite floodgate. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality, encrusted with cushioned lignite cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of magnetite, and on the item is an image of Udil Gilt Homage the Human. I wonder if... we don't really have any experience with humans, so I wonder if we go to that unit and then look at general information. No? Well, this is not good. Alright, so he has come in. He's gone after our chickens. Our turkeys, I'm sorry. Our door. Did we not have a door there? Yes. No. There is a door there, but it's currently open. Okay, I'm going to keep tightly closed so it's not pet passable anymore. But I can't forbid it because it's open right now. Alright. Alright, now I'm going to forbid passage, and maybe that door will stay locked. Alright, so I was able to lock the door that split second, and now there is Kata Thosthidi the elf. So he's changed out. You can see our symbol up here has changed. It's no longer the full moon symbol. So I am going to now open that door. But what I'm going to now do is take my squad, alright, of Dishmav's destroyers, and I want them to attack him. So they are now given the order to kill that elf. Now they don't have weapons, but they will go beat him to death with their fists, and there is Kata's lower that knocked his teeth out and his corpse. Alright. So he's dead. What your hope is that he stays outside, and I have no idea how he got in. The only thing I can think is there's a glitch that they can come in at an angle and get through a fortification. That's the only thing I can think. Alright, so I need to click on my... I need to go down to my lever. I need to add a task to pull the lever and do it now. That'll lower the drawbridge. I'm going to make sure my alerts are off, and they are. They're set to inactive. And I need to go into my military screen, and I need to disband that squad because my furnace operator was killed. So I'm just going to disband that squad and enter. Yes. So they're gone, but I do have a place for a captain. You can never get rid of the setup. All right. That's disheartening. All right, so they're all drinking. They're not done digging here yet. What I need to do is, so that's 4s. I'm going to make that a 1 at this point. All right, and then I'm going to go to 2. All right, then we're going to go to 3. And then we're going to go to 4. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting to dig my catacombs. And then we'll do 5. Luckily, a lot of these are real small. They won't take much time at all, but they'll do one side and then they'll do the other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to go back into the job manager, and I am going to sarcophagus and looking for rock. It may not be a sarcophagus then, it may just be a coffin. There it is. So if you make it out of the base material, rocks, it's a coffin. If you make it out of something fancy, it becomes a sarcophagus. And I guess that's why they charge rich people more to be buried in mausoleums and stuff than regular people to be buried in the dirt. All right, and I need 22 of those. Okay. Let's see. All right. Oh, that's disappointing. Okay, and you know what? While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to make this a priority. And I'm going to dig this hallway out and this hallway out. Alright, let's let them get started. They're drinking. Eventually they'll... Oh, well, no, I'm not ready to set that just yet. Okay, there they are digging. So they found the stray dog. Alright, what I've done now is I've dug this out. So I'm going to build C. I always think of construction for C, but that's for walls, floors, stairs, and tracks. So C, and I want to build a wall. Now, I want to turn on box select. And what that does is it lets you build longer stretches. So I want to build a stretch there. And I'm going to use siltstone blocks. And then I want to build another set of another wall there with a siltstone block. And I'm going to leave that extra space that I just dug out. I'm going to leave that out of the way. Now, the only other thing he could have done, trying to see, it's possible that right in this area, I'm going to put the cursor there so I can see it. So somewhere right in this area, all right, there's the dog's right ear on this level, right paw. So that got flung up in the air. And what I'm looking for is a space that's marked as open. And it would be somewhere right in this area. There. Okay, see that's open, but that's on the outside of the wall here, where the wall was. So that shouldn't be an issue. And that's solid ground. All right, well. So again, I'm not sure what happened there. That is disappointing because I thought we had him outside. All right, they'll start bringing the turkeys back in here, the ones that fled. I'm going to leave that as not pet passable. Animals don't need to be able to get through that door. But passage is back on so people can get in. And then I want people to start building these walls. And eventually they will come and slaughter those animals. They're back to farming. Let's see. Okay, so they finished digging out the room. Now, once you have a table placed, just like when we did the offices up here, we used the chairs to make an office. On this one, we're going to hit Q, and we're going to go to any one of the tables, and we can make that a dining room. So we're going to hit R, and then we want to size the room using the plus and minus keys. Now, when you have the doors in place, even if the doors are not built, they will hold that spot, and we will make this entire room. When we're done, we hit enter, and we're going to make this our meeting hall. So H, and it's automatically a dining room because of what we did. Now, that's also, you'll see this L for assign locations. If you ever want to make a temple, a library, or a tavern, you would do it the same way. You would do this, but instead of making it a meeting hall, you would assign the location and then create that area. But I want this to be our dining hall only. And while they're doing that, I'm going to come into this area using I for my zones. We had made this a meeting area and a pen pasture. I want to turn the meeting area off, so I'm just going to hit M and leave it as a pen pasture for the dogs. Excuse me. All right, so they're starting to build the walls. And hopefully that alleviates that issue. I'm wondering if maybe it was, okay, they just slaughtered the horse. So if we go down to the butcher shop, they've slaughtered the horse down here. Let's see, we've got some a stray bunny corpse. That's the bunny that I think we slaughtered. The tanner's shop. So they'll come grab that. They'll bring the meat up here, put it into the food stockpile. And now you can see I never set this to render fat. That's something they do automatically. So he's taken some of the tallow from the corpse after we slaughtered it, and he's rendering the fat. So there are different things you can do with all those items. All right, so we finished our wall here. That was a priority to make sure we were back enclosed there. They will bury the dog corpse at some point. All right. Oh, you can see the X right here. An X is an indicator for a floodgate. If you look down here at the bottom right, it says magnetite floodgate. That is Elbelgut, and that is the artifact that was created. So they brought it down, and now what that does is every time people come in here to eat or walk through this room, they'll see that, and it gives them a boost to their spirits. Makes them happier. All right, now I want to build in, lowercase n, and that is somewhere. And you will just learn these over time, so I don't know where it's at, but it is in. Nope, not in. Oh, yeah, there it is right there, burial receptacle. Okay, and I want to put planning mode on. And I'm going to go ahead and come down here, and I'm going to place all of the coffins that we have, set up to be built. And we will have and once these are done, then we can start burying people. I'm also going to put doors. You don't need to do that. Maybe you want them to be able to look at the coffins directly. I look at it like a mausoleum. They're buried inside with the door blocking it. All right, so it looks like our miners are now done, and of course they have no job. We have a crafter with no job. There should be plenty of things to make. Rock coffins. Oh, we did not set that up, did we? Okay. Oh, that was the shop taken over by the miner, so we have to reset all of these. Now, if I hit Alt-W, and this is something else I forgot about. Workflow does not enable automatically. I have to turn it on each time I restart the game. So that's going to turn on everything. So we haven't been using those workflows. And so now, but we will get that rolling again. All right, so table, chair, door, cabinets, coffers, blocks. And I'm going to do blocks here as well. Okay, nest boxes, it says we have 2. So let's see if I can build. Okay, so they have built a nest box. I'm going to go ahead and place those in here just to have them done. And then they should make 2 more. That frustrates me with that that were-ape. All right, so they're back outside gathering wood. They're planting, harvesting. Let's see, I do believe now, okay, we can look inside that. So we have 4 bars of potash there, but none there. All right, so we're nowhere near. I'm going to wait for that to get near capacity before I start using it. Well, no, there's no time like the present. So I'm going to hit Q, and then I'm going to go to the first field, and I'm going to, for seasonal fertilization, I'm going to hit S and change that to yes. And they'll use fertilizer every season that they have some, and that should increase our crop production. Checking our stocks here, we have 111 drinks, 48 meats, 33 fish, 133 plants. Oh, pause. I don't know if I did this or not. and I did not. All right, let's do that again. All right, we're going to hit Z, and we want to go to the kitchen and hit enter. And you can see we have vegetables, seeds, drinks, and meat. And what I want to do is I want to turn off cooking for any type of vegetable. I just want to brew that if it's brewable. So use your up and down arrows to scroll through the list. And then you hit C to toggle cooking. Blue means it's turned on. Red means it's turned off. And I only want to do the ones that you can cook or brew. If you can only cook it, I'm going to leave that turned on. All right, so tab over to seeds. I want to make sure all those are set to not cook. We want that for planting. I want all drinks turned to not cooking. We want them to drink that. And then all meats is turned on. So as you get new items in, and I think that's what happened here, we bought some vegetables from the trader. You need to go in and update that every time you add new material. You know what? I am going to do the same thing here. And here. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing here that I did over here. I'm going to dig out the clay wall and put in rock walls just for something stronger. All right, so now B, C, W, box is turned on. So I want to come down from there, siltstone blocks, and there to there, also siltstone blocks. All right. So now you notice the dog doesn't leave because he's in the pen pasture that we set there. Everybody can go in and out. Now you'll notice sometimes we have dwarves that are coming outside or coming inside this direction because it's open. So until that's closed. So you want to make sure you don't have a lot of jobs and that you can address that very quickly as they are. You know what? I want to take that out. All right, so if you want to ever get rid of anything, we're going to hit D for designate. Now this is a wall, so you can see it's flashing with a C. That means you constructed that. So I want to remove constructions, and I want to remove that wall there. Okay, and you can see it's now flashing brown. So somebody with a removal key will eventually come up there and remove that. And I want to put another fortification in so my dog can see out to the west and to the north. Not a high priority, but just at some point. They're still bringing things in from outside. We do have our corpse stockpile, so they just brought our dog out there. They brought our turkey out there. Let's see how we're coming. Okay. We started bringing in our caskets. So what you have to do is you can click on each one individually, or you can use the Q button and then scroll over to it. Either way you want to do it. And we want to make this for burial. Now, burial is just general burial. Anybody can be buried there. And a tomb is going to be assigned to a particular person. Typically, you only want to do that for your mayor, your baron, your king. So we're just going to, and then you can either allow citizens and pets or no pets. But these, pets are important to the dwarfs, so we will actually allow them to bury their pets in here as well. Some people don't do that. I don't mind. And we'll have to come back and do the rest of these later. But what that gives us the ability to do now is come pick up our deceased friend out here, and there somebody has grabbed him and started to bring him inside. So he will get buried. Now here's what's interesting. And it froze because it's saving at the end of the season. What's interesting, if you don't bury that person, or let's say a miner can get caught in a flow of magma while he's digging out by magma, and he can be burned alive. They can actually come back as a ghost and haunt your fortress, and sometimes those ghosts can be vindictive. I've actually seen a game, not personally, but I've seen a Let's Play online where the ghost actually killed somebody. So that was very interesting. So the only way to fix that is to engrave a memorial slab, and we will do that at some point. In fact, because we did kill that were creature after it had turned into an elf, I can actually do that. We'll do that in a second. But while I'm right here, I noticed this purple cloud has formed. So you remember that turkey got out and there was a dead turkey here? As in real life, when corpses start to deteriorate and rot, they give off gases, and in the game it's called miasma, and it makes your dwarfs sick. They don't like it, and you have to get rid of that corpse, and eventually it will dissipate. If you leave it there, though, every time they walk through that cloud, it gives them bad thoughts. And enough bad thoughts, and then your dwarf could have a spiral tantrum and, go on a psychotic rampage. You remember we talked about the parentheses, meaning that came from outside. So these were items that he was wearing when he first arrived. All right, and you can see that brown is now flashing yellow, so somebody is actually working on that. So as soon as it's done, we want to recode that. Deconstructing does take a while, so we want to BC, we want to put a new fortification right there, and we're going to use our last siltstone block. So somebody should come and get that block and put it back in as a fortification. All right, well, speak of the devil, there is a kobold thief. So we're going to call out our squad, Dishmab's Destroyers, and we want them to kill that thief right there. And I'm going to call out the other group, and I'm going to have them just set up shop, move to right there, and station in case I need them as backup for anything. Now again, they're unarmed, they don't have arrows or crossbows, they don't have shields or anything yet, but that's okay. They can use their fists and pummel them to death like they did with the elf. In fact, that might be what's dead down here is the elf. Yep, his fourth toe on his right foot. So his toe is a left back tooth. Alright. Where is... Alright. Now those kobolds move pretty quick, so we're just going to go to other. And he is gone already. He's not dead. So he got away. That's okay. So we will take our squads. We will take them off of station, and to cancel, you hit the O button, and that'll cancel station, and everybody will make their way back inside. There we've built the other fortifications, so we're fully enclosed again. Now there is a splattering of blood here, so eventually somebody will come along and clean that, but cleaning is a very low priority. All right, cancels construction, cannot reach site, so we're going to go to announcements. It was a coffin, so we will zoom to that location, and it's this one here. Now, they cannot reach it because of the stone. Okay, so we'll have to let that go. There are some ways using DF hack you can move all this stone, but that kind of, that's kind of viewed as cheaty, and in single games I do use that just to keep everything neat and organized, and it cuts down on all my hauling jobs. But we're going to leave that. So right now, if I click on that coffin, you can see it says it's suspended. To remove the suspension, you just hit S, and it'll make it active again. They will try to do it again, but again, that rock is in the way. So until that rock is moved to one of the shops, they won't be able to fix that. But that's okay. We have enough, and in fact, there's our furnace operator. He was buried in the first room. So this is the final resting place of Olnu Dora Noltar. And rest in peace, killed by the were-ape. And that reminds me of something else. I want to come over to... I'm going to go to my jobs manager. Now you can see these are all validated now, and we have 3 of the shields left and 14 of the coffins left to make. I want to add a new order, Q, and I want to make a stone slab. Well, Let's just put slab. Okay, a rock slab. And let's make 5 of those. And then once those are made, I will show you what you can do with those. In fact, my miners are not working, so I want them to come over here. We're going to make this their first priority. And we're going to come out this way. And then I want to make a priority 2. We're going to build a room that goes there. And then there's a guy that does some good videos called Dastastic. If you watch any of his videos, he is really good. One of the things that I like that he does is I'm going to remove designations in a couple of these places. Now, if I come out 3 on this side. Now, sometimes, like I said, doing things, in to where they're balanced and everything like this, I don't do that a lot, but sometimes it makes sense. All right, and then we will do a 3 by 2 in the middle. How's that? We'll do a 2 by 2 there and a 2 by 2 there. All right, so basically what these will be, because I've undesignated those, they will not be dug out. Those will be pillars, stone pillars that are left in the room. We can smooth those, we can engrave them. So this is going to be, Daz calls it his hall of memories or something to that effect. We can put slabs along the walls. We can engrave histories of our fortress on the walls. So that's something that's actually pretty neat. So I'm going to unpause that. They'll come out and start cleaning up this area. We still have a lot of tables and things to make. They're going to be behind on this because I didn't turn on the workflow, so they weren't working on it diligently. I'm going to build some doors, since we're going to be getting into this area. I'm going to build that. And I want a door into there as well. So you can see just from what we're doing, you're only limited by your imagination as far as, what you want to do, how you want to design it. There's no limits to what you can do. All right, we'll put 2 more doors up here into the room. While they're digging there, I'm going to come back here and I want to look at rolls. And I want to look particularly at engravers. So these are the guys that are going to smooth stone and engrave. So anybody that's over a 50, I'm going to turn on. And anybody under 50, I'm going to turn off. And that way we just have our better people doing that and then training up on it. So we have completed our 8 wooden shields. So let's pause here. All right, now we're going to go into, let's see how much time we've gone here. We've gone way over, so sorry about that. We'll put a cut in here. Next time what we'll go into is how to equip your military. So sorry for the extra length here. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.